And this here is the joint. This part of the building here, I call it NJweedman's joint.
I'm Edward Forchion. I'm the co-owner of the joint. Publicly, I've been using the persona NJweedman for basically like the last 20 years.
This is the joint, the restaurant.
I had this vision that I was going to bring something unique. It was a restaurant, a sanctuary, and an entertainment area, catering to the cannabis consuming community. There's a religious aspect of the cannabis consumers, and I was tapping into that.
From the restaurant, you enter into the sanctuary right here. The sanctuary. Here, all through this room, we all consider this the sanctuary. People sit here and chill, relax sometimes. And by the way, we have games, so anybody can pick a game and end up out there on that table, usually playing.
Everybody understands you have freedom of religion. We're all taught that. There's a case out of New Jersey. It was called FOP versus City of Newark. If an entity, a government, makes an exemption to their rules for a medical reason, or they also must allow for a religious reason.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming?
The state of New Jersey passed CUMNA, the Compassionate Use of Medical Marijuana Act in 2010, which basically is, which legally is, an exemption to our criminal statutes on marijuana. If the city allows for this secular use, they must allow for religious use. Our criminal laws are in violation of the Constitution because they don't provide for a religious exemption. I clearly set this place up with church and spiritual issues in mind. I don't want to, I never want to call it a particular religion because that would shy away other people. So it was more of a spiritual place, more of a peace and love place. But I set it up using what I considered, which I know legally will stand as a church. I registered as a church. I have church paperwork. I have church documentation. I gave it to the state. I gave it to the city. I didn't hide anything I was doing.
You gonna walk in there? Yeah. Come on. Come on. Come on. My name is Debbie Medeo. I'm a co-owner down at the NJweedman joint. I'm not a stoner. I do not smoke weed all day. I work 16 hours a day. I have 2 undergraduate degrees. Degree in criminal justice. I know more about the law probably than the police officer telling me that I'm a troublemaker. But I believe in legalization because I think it can help people. For Medicaid, I never heard that.
The 13th Amendment did not
No, I'm just saying, I don't.
I know, I'm just saying. That's the point. The 13th Amendment.
Ed and I met at the first annual cannabis conference in Trenton, New Jersey at the State House. My friend Jenny Storms, who had to leave the state of New Jersey because her son is a, I guess they call it a cannabis refugee or a medical refugee because he couldn't get the medication he needed. Then when she showed me, you know, about the cannabis oil and how it really helped her son, and I saw how she couldn't get the medicine and how she really had to suffer, and it was terrible what her son went through and what she went through. So then I saw him and I was like, I always wanted a son. I was obsessed because I'm Italian, we have to have a son. So I saw him and I was like, oh, you know, well, I'll fill out all the paperwork for diapers and everything, and I did. And then I started bringing him home when he was 2. The adoption went through when he was 3. I'm not his biological mother. She was addicted to cocaine. So he was born very premature and he had a really bad bleed in his head. So he has seizures, he has autism, he has a G-tube, he has spastic quadriplegia. So he has all these things and he was on all this medication. I've tried to get him to doctors, to get them to prescribe cannabis oil for him. But his neurologist just laughed at me and he said, who are you going to get to prescribe it? Ha ha ha. Because my son, he won't die without it. Would he be better off with it? Yeah, he would. But he won't die like the other kids, you know, because they sit and they wait and they die.
We opened in May of 2015, NJweedman's joint. The sanctuary which we call the Liberty Bell Temple. Also opened that up, made it available to all the medical marijuana patients in New Jersey. People can come here and network, like-minded people. And again, while you're here, grab something to eat.
And this is why I want to open a joint, which really makes me mad, because I wanted to be able to have my own business, because my son is only going to get bigger and he's going to get less services. So when he can't go to school all day and he's like 18 or 19 or 21, I have to be able to take care of him. So that's why I wanted my own business, so I could be home and I didn't have to work.
It was working. The restaurant was supposed to generate money to pay for this all. It lasted for about 6 months. Everything seemed to be cool. And this all started over this Lieutenant Gonzalez misreading the city statute that said I had to close at 11. I bought that map right there. That's the city map. Cost $3, and it says what zone I'm in. And I clearly looked at the map, and I'm in a business zone. This statute he gave me was about a residential zone. Coming with like 20 police officers, all intimidating, threatening to arrest people. They had a dog there.
So anything that's related to him, they come in, when they give the joint tickets for staying open past 11 in a residential zone, which we're not in. So all the tickets are don't even apply to us. They write them in his name. They don't see behind the scenes. They don't see it's me. They don't see it's my son.
I filed a lawsuit in federal court and launched their investigation of me. Like, it was pure retaliation for the front page news story. They started ticketing people all around here. People came here and for parking tickets got their cars towed. Their harassment had got to the point where people weren't coming.
Made it look like we were drug dealers and we had if we had $19,000 worth of weed, we'd be okay.
They lied, and we recorded their lie. They said things and did things and then wrote different things and turned it into the court, and I had all the video proof. At some point they realized that and took all our camera equipment, proof of all of it.
But we weren't selling weed, we were selling chicken wings. That's why we're broke.
Well, you guys do well, you know. I mean,
I was in a restaurant and came on a big screen.
No chicken wings after 11.
Yeah.
That's where it all started.
Yeah.
Y'all know that. They
Yeah.
came in, the city police could not read the city statute.
Yeah.
And I suffered from it.
Yeah. And then when you proven right, you embarrassed them.
But the whole time I was saying I was right.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, but I was the crazy guy.
Yeah.
Across the street is the seat of power.
Right there, City Hall. There it is.
Up north is the seat of justice, administrative justice, the courthouse, and right down the street is the state capitol. Right here, this is modern day Rome, and he's our modern day Caesar.
And that's what this place is. It's just so many different types of people that come together. It's just, you got to feel it. You need to come down, support.
Patients can come down, they can eat, they can listen to music, they can hang out, they can chill, they can smoke their weed, and they know that they're okay. And they're not going to be bothered, and they're not going to be harassed.
You have a nice little bar. Sooner or later, you're gonna have some type of alcohol-related fight or violence associated, where everybody here is on a whole different level, the whole de-escalation of everything. You know, if someone started acting up here, someone would pass them a joint.
That's what I want to do, because I want Christy to realize that we're always going to be there, and we're right across the street from City Hall, and we're not going away until they legalize.